Okay, folks, it's slop day again. We've got a bunch of scraps put together for a slop video, so we're going to get out here and mix up a batch of old slop for them piggies and feed them instead of we've been having to feed them corn and stuff. Unfortunately, looks like, don't it? It's cold weather. We got to get these things patterned up for next year. We're starting on a new batch. So, no further ado, you're going to, we'll be getting into it. In case you're new to the channel, Slop in the Shop's a video blog. It is whatever is going on. It could be personal, racing, shop work, machine, not really projects. I try to make project videos separate. So, with that being said, sit back and enjoy this, please. Excuse the mess. The shop's a little bit of a mess here, but I really come in here to show you my Christmas present. It's a tool cart. This one's a Husky sold by Home Depot. And I had discussed, and I think I even mentioned it in some of my slops, that we're going to, about building a workbench for this shop. Well, I'm really decided, I didn't decide. My madam got me this for Christmas present. So it's got a few drawers. It's not got liners in it yet. Probably next week, one day, I'll cut some yoga mat and put in them. So it's got 3 good drawers. I'm thinking about using this as a portable workbench to kind of work around inside the shop. If I had a closed race car trailer, this would be perfect to put tools in. Maybe had some more boxes. This is a really good size. This is a little bit bigger than the Harbor Freight ones. Now, I set this one up with the rollers on the front. And I may go back and get forecasters. I put the handle on this side so I won't be pushing against so I can turn it from the front like this. So I haven't placed it in place yet, but I just got it together today. I was putting it together this morning while I was doing some other work, and so it's ready to go. It may have a few scratches because I had to done this by myself and kind of up and down off the floor and the welding table, little Harbor Freight welding table there. But my plan is I'm going to try to use this as a work table, like a workbench to lay stuff on and work on, plus use it for some storage, and it can be portable. One thing I like about in this shop, I want my stuff a little more portable, and I'm going to try that. And if it don't work, we'll do something else. And this may need, one of my ideas is I may end up making power tool holders. Move some of the power tools out here too. Maybe even hang chargers on it. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not completely sure. So this is the view of it. Let me turn this around sideways here, and we'll get a good view of it. This is a nice little table. It's not that expensive. Now, it don't have all the drawers like the Harbor Freight tool carts, mechanics carts, where they have, but it's bigger. It's bigger up here than the Harbor Freight or any of those carts. So, you got a trade-off. You don't have as much space down there, but you could put a top for toolbox in it. And it still may do that. I may end up buying a top for toolbox and put in that for storage. And just take the lid off and mount it in there. I might find a smaller box, because you could literally put one of the 36-inch boxes in there and mount that. That might be an upgrade. I haven't all decided. Just got the box for Christmas. It actually came before Christmas. There's a funny little story. My madam knows I watch a lot of YouTube, and I use a tablet sometimes set in my chair. I'll tell the story right quick. So she bought one, and she went over through the brother and sister-in-law, and ordered it through their Amazon account, now mind you. So it would come to their house. So, she could have used the ship too, but that way I wouldn't see it on our Amazon bill. So so it's funny. So we was at the auction, the last auction for last weekend, and here comes a 11-inch iPad Pro through, and one. And I actually bid on it and got it for something like $200 and $325. And then she let the cat out of the bag, so she's returning it to Amazon. So I guess she needed to give me something else for Christmas. So she got me this. She also got me a eye pencil. And the eye pencils, you got to have a different model. So there you go again, something all the time. So this is something we're going to be working on here. I think it's just a great idea. And I've got some other little things I want to do. But that's the point with this right now. It was put together today. I put it together today while I was actually looking at my outside fire, cleaning it up. And one of the things I burned up was this box here. So there's the new addition tool cart. And we're going to try this as a work table. And if it don't work, we'll do something else. But I like the concept of it, being able to roll it around a little bit. So we're going to try it out, see how it works. If it don't work like I anticipate, I ain't decided about what I'm going to do about a vise yet. I've got one or two, thought about maybe even mounting one onto this to hold stuff. I'm still kind of in the mix on what I'm going to do. I may just put that big vise together. I'm thinking it's a process. All right, thank you. As you can see, I made a little mistake there. So right here's my drawer liners. You know, this is the key. I haven't put it together yet. And there they go. So now this isn't nothing but yoga mats. I've got another one. When you heard me tell the story about yoga mats. So that's what I'm using. I don't know if I'm going to cut one and put in the bottom. I'll have to get another one to do that. So I'm undecided upon that part yet, because with these holes and stuff, so I'm not sure really what I'm going to do with this completely yet. I've got some ideas, so you'll have to kind of come along and see what I'm up to. I'm going to point something out. This 2-flute insert cutter that I'm using is a Chinese one. I've had this cutter for 5-6 years now. When I was still working at Eaton, one of the tool reps, he had their own tool business, and I told him, I said, you know, I need a little insert mill, and that's when I still had the bench mill. And he said, well, I've got the perfect thing for you. And so what it is, it's a little 2-flute, and I've used this thing. I don't know how many of these dovetails I've roughed out with it and other things, and it's been an outstanding little cutter. I don't know what they cost now. 5 years ago it was $110. So I'm never really aggressive on my feed speeds and depths, mainly again because I'm a hobbyist. I don't have to go in there, and I'm not doing this as a production trying to get it out. So, but you know, I've been well pleased with this tool. Now, what I've done, okay, so that's that part. Now what I've done is I've centered this, and we're going to make the first cut, just get a start. And then once we get the start and get a track across there, then we'll measure this, and then I will mill it out to the proper depth of the B-size slot. Remove this one here from the engine builder the same way. We're probably going to have to do some sheet metal. We may have to make a few pieces. So it's kind of, let's just see when we get the car, and I may have to buy some more sheet metal. So that's always something you'd like to have. Okay, let me get this one done. I'm going to do this one and the weight sticker. That's all going to change colors. Main reason we're taking this off is the weight of the car may be lighter next year because of some rule changes, and also the color scheme is going to be completely different. So when we're doing this, we'll have to get the right weights put on the car too. Okay, here we go. This is where I've cleaned them all up. This piece may end up being replaced, I'm not sure. There's a couple pieces that will probably replace. I may have to buy some more sheet metal. We'll just have to see. Try to use as much of this decking as I can. I'm going to clean it up, have it clean, and when we take the car and start putting the body on it, tugging and start putting the body on this thing, then we'll see. But there are some places, you know, basically you see right back there, and I ended up having to take a little bit of diesel fuel on a rag and just cut that grease out. That won't do as much damage to the finish. All right, this is going to be scratched up, and it's just going to be that way, and it's going to get that way anyway. You know, if we clean it up, make it look good, and we put decals on it, and it won't be seen. You know, if we get a few associate sponsors, you know, a few other new people, we call them associate sponsors. Hey, this is your buddy Jim. I'm going to do some scrapping next week. I ain't loaded this. I may have to make 2 trips. This is 3 aluminum radiators, and one of these, that needs to go on the trailer. That away. There is other aluminum. I'm going to take that container and throw it on the trailer here in just a minute. Right down here is my little trailer, and I've loaded it up. This is New Year's Eve. Scrapyard won't be open till Monday, so I'll run over on Monday morning and get rid of it. Well, I just got about once every so often I get a whole lot of junk piled up, and before any of my viewers say anything about that compressor tank, it didn't hold air right, or I'd have used it as a extra storage tank. The little portable tank just don't work. The valves and all are gone on it. There's an old floor jack down in there, building siding, kerosene heater, Ford 9-inch rear end that I bought for the center section out of it. And then the rest of it is racing bent bumpers, tubing. Probably about $15 worth of junk. If I get over $15, $20 for that little pile, I'll be surprised. But we're going to put that in a race car fund, and just something to get rid of. We got to do it. All right, this is a new addition. It's going in my racing shop on my little box, the little Husky. Now, before you start jumping up and down, oh, it's Harbor Freight, it's no good, you should have get a Wilton. Hey, we're going to say that's fine, but here's the problem. I just want an inexpensive vise to hold stuff. I mean, we're not going to do precision work and all. This vise will actually be modified like my other little expensive vise in the machine shop, where we have the aluminum jaws in. So that'll be a subject of another video, and I'll actually unbox it and show it to you in that video. Okay, hope you enjoyed Slop in the Shop. As every video that any YouTube creator makes, it's a copyrighted production. In my case, it's James Dedman Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. You know, feedback, comments, feedback's welcome. Subscriptions are welcome. anything's, hit the notification for the bell. All that's welcome. I do YouTube. I don't make a dime. I have yet to make a dime off of YouTube. One of these days I'll get enough money to say I have made a dime, but at this point in time I've never made a dime off of YouTube. I enjoy sharing on YouTube. The more of you subscribe to the channel, yes, I'll get some financial reward, but the better benefit is other people get to see a different way of how things are done in a different channel, a little more sort of a mixture of stuff. So, if this appeals to you, subscribe. And if you don't, fine. Everybody don't like the same thing. But any comments is positive, please make them. We're here for you. This channel's here for you. It sure is not for me. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Slop in the Shop. And see you in the very next video.